Good morning, guys. I'm going to read to you this week's story. Our story is called Supermarket. Okay? It is expository text which describes real things and places. Okay? So we're going to learn about real supermarkets. Okay? Shopping carts clang. Magic doors whiz open and shut. Colors glow under bright white lights. So many breakfasts, lunch, and dinners. It's all at a special, necessary, very real place, the supermarket. The supermarket is a whole world of its own. Where does all the crunchy, munchy, sweet, sour, fiery, frozen, fabulous food come from? Okay, and then we've got in our story little facts. It says the doors don't really open by magic. When an electric eye overhead sees you coming, it starts a motor to open the door. And I know you've all been in Walmart or Johnson's and you've gone through those automatic doors. Okay? It all begins on farms. Our food comes from places with lots of sunshine, rich soil, and clean water. Farmers make decisions every day during the long months of growing. At harvest time, workers pick the fruits and vegetables. They pack everything neatly in boxes and load the boxes onto trucks. Okay, so everything starts on farms. Okay, certain states are famous for certain foods. Iowa for popcorn, Vermont for maple syrup, Michigan for cereal, Wisconsin for cheese, Idaho for potatoes, Massachusetts for cranberries, Florida for oranges, California for grapes, Georgia for peaches and peanuts. Picking fruits and vegetables can be painful, low-paying work. Cesar Chavez became a hero for workers when he founded the National Farm Workers of America. So that's just two more facts that they added to our story. Okay, small trucks, big trucks, gigantic trucks all rev up their engines. Every night, drivers take off from farms or warehouses. They zoom down the highway toward your town. In early America, most people were farmers. American Indians taught the new arrivals what to grow. Okay, so it starts on farms. The trucks bring us the grocery stores or the supermarkets, food from warehouses or farms. Among many other foods, American Indians introduced the rest of the world chocolate, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, peppers, and most important, corn. Some form of corn appears in more supermarket foods today than probably anything else. Families grew all their own food. Later, they traded food with one another to get things they needed. They started using money to buy things at town marketplaces. Soon there were general stores where you could buy almost anything, and little family-run grocery stores, mom and pop stores. Stores became bigger, dividing items into different departments. Now we have an amazing place where morning workers have a whole supermarket all ready for you. They have unpacked thousands of boxes and arranged everything on shelves just so. You can find more variety in the fruit and vegetable section than anywhere else. Fresh, juicy, strange, familiar. Shoppers look, touch, sniff, compare, weigh, and watch out for automatic sprayers. Bananas are the most popular fruit, followed by apples, watermelons, oranges, cantaloupes, grapes, grapefruit, strawberries, peaches, and pears. Beds of crushed ice keep the meats and fish fresh. Butchers cut or grind meat into different sizes and wrap packages in plastic. For most of human history, food has often spoiled before it could be eaten. Not until the 1800s did people learn how to preserve food by sealing it inside metal cans. Around 1830, the English figured out a way to chill their food with machines. According to surveys, the top reasons why shoppers pick a particular store are location, price, and selection. The best smells float around the bakery. Bakers sometimes bake thousands of donuts a day and at least a dozen of different kinds of bread. Just about everyone stops in the dairy section. Behind all the eggs, milk, yogurt, and cheese is a refrigerated area keeping everything cold. A sweater is handy in the frozen food section where the air is the coldest. Zippy music makes some people hum along or dance right in the aisle. A stamp on many fresh foods gives an expiration date, the day in which food is no longer fresh. We've talked about that this week, that your milk and things like that have a date on it, and that is when you need to eat or drink it by. The store is packed with cereals, soups, spices, and even non-foods. What is a non-food? Something in a supermarket that we don't eat, like toilet paper, laundry soap, toothpaste, shampoo, and magazines. At the checkout counter, people try to pick the shortest line. An electronic scanner reads the barcodes on most products and prints out the prices. A cash register adds up the cost of your food. Baggers ask, paper or plastic, and pack up your groceries. Think about all the people who move food from the farms to your kitchen shelves. Okay, the average wait in the checkout line is 8 minutes. Americans spend more than $440 billion a year at our supermarkets. Over half of shoppers, especially women, use a shopping list to make sure they don't forget anything. The average shopping list contains 22 items. Still, over half of what shoppers buy in a store is not on their list. The supermarket is never quite the same from day to day. New items are added all the time, especially from around the world. Some markets have other stores right inside them, worlds of their own. Okay, so that was our story for the week. We will talk more about our story and the vocabulary words in a few minutes. Okay, so now in your reading workbook, your packet, I want you to, this is what we've been working in this week, I want you to flip over and find page 80. Okay, page 80 at the bottom says vocabulary. At the top it says vocabulary context clues. Okay, I want you to find that. Pause it if you need to. Okay, and so you can take time to find it. I want you to look at the top part while I read this, okay? Follow along as I'm reading this to you. The top two dots are telling us about multiple meaning words. And we talked about that yesterday. Multiple meaning words are words that have different meanings depending on how they are used. So there's more than one meaning. Use context clues or the words around a multiple meaning word to figure out which meaning is being used. Okay, so we're going to read this passage and look at some words that have multiple meanings and decide what they mean. Okay, so I'm going to scroll up, but you have this right in front of you, okay? So let's look at the passage. It's hard to find rich soil in the city, so most people can't grow their own food. Instead, they go to the supermarket. Each kind of food is always in the same place. That way, shoppers can go right to the items they need. Then, they rush home and store the food in their kitchen so it won't get spoiled. It's not good to shop when you're hungry. Hungry shoppers buy everything they see. Okay, let's look at number 1. Number 1 says, what clue lets you know that rich means having lots of nutrition, not having lots of money? Well, here's the word rich in the first sentence. It's hard to find rich soil in the city. So most city people can't grow their own food. Well, would rich soil be having lots of nutrition or having lots of money? Think, can your soil or dirt have lots of money? No, it can't. So we know it can't mean has lots of money. So what clue lets us know that? Well, it's talking about the soil being rich. So it is saying the soil is rich. Okay, that's how we know, because soil can't have money. Okay, let's look at number 2. In the passage, does grow mean to get bigger or to make something get bigger? Like, is it talking about, well, let's find the word grow. So, most city people can't grow their own food. Well, are they talking about them getting bigger or to make something get bigger? When you grow food, you make the food get bigger. So, in this passage, grow means to make something get bigger. To make something. If you have a garden, you're making those things that you're growing, that something, get bigger. Okay, number 3. What clue words tell you that right means directly? Okay, well, let's look at that sentence. That way shoppers can go right to the items they need. Okay, so that is saying what clue words tell you that right means directly? Well, it's saying that you can go right to. So the clue words, if it was talking about right, like to your right hand, it would say a direction. But it says go and to. Those are our clue words that let us know that you're going directly, you're going right to it. Okay? Look at number 4. What are 2 meanings for the word store? Here's the word store. What clues tell you the word's meaning in the passage? Okay? So you are on your own are going to tell me 2 different meanings for the word store. And we talked about that yesterday. And tell me what it means in this passage. They're putting their food in their kitchen. So think about that. If it's their kitchen, it's not a store that you go to. Okay, and number 5. In this passage, does spoiled describe people or pets who get everything they want, or does it mean become rotten? So you right now are going to do 4 and 5, and we are going to talk about those 2 on our Google Meet. So do 4 and 5. Okay, you just finished up 4 and 5 on the vocabulary where we were reading together. We did 1 through 3, you did 4 and 5. Okay, I'm giving you a bonus opportunity. If you flip over to page 81, okay, and it has pictographs. Okay, you've got some picture graphs here. Okay, you've got some directions, and it's telling you that each symbol stands for 1 pound of fruit. You've got 5 questions. If you answered those 5 questions, okay, and your parents send me a picture of this today, I am going to give you 10 bonus points on any of your lowest grades. So it doesn't have to be in reading, even though this is reading right now. So like if you have a low grade in science or social studies, this is your opportunity. Work this, do 1 through 5. I need a picture today for you to get your bonus points, okay? 10 bonus points in any subject on this picture graph page, okay? 1 through 5. Okay, we are in the same workbook. We just did the vocabulary. We talked about your bonus opportunity. Flip over 1 more page, okay, to page 82. 82 at the bottom, vowel digraphs, and you've got your spelling words on your paper. Okay? We are going to do 1 through 6 together on this video. Then you're going to finish 7 through 10 before we talk, okay? So let's look at our directions. Our directions say to proofread a description. Circle 5 misspelled words in Amy's description. And we're going to write them correctly. Circle the word with a capitalization error. Write that word correctly. Okay, so let's look at this. I can see a troll from my window. He has really big teeth and a long braid down his back. At night, I watch him dream under the tree or float in the moonlight. Mom says he's just a shadow, but I don't always agree. Okay, so let's look. The first word I see that is misspelled is one of these frequently misspelled words. Okay, he has really. I'm going to circle really, and that should be spelled, you can look down here, R-E-A-L-L-Y. Really, okay? Big teeth. Look at teeth. Teeth is misspelled. Teeth should be T-E-E-T-H. Teeth. Okay? Let's see. I see another one. I watch him dream. Dream is misspelled. It should be D-R-E-A-M. Dream with E-A. Look, here's another one. Float. Float should be F-L-O-A-T. Float. Shadow is wrong. Okay? S-H-A-D-O-W. Okay, and we have one capitalization error. Remember, all sentences need to begin with capital letters. Mom right here is the first word in a sentence, and it didn't have a capital letter, so I need to write that with a capital M. Okay, so now I want you to do 7 through 10, and we will check 7 through 10 on our call. Make sure you spell them correctly. You got your words on the side. This week in grammar, we're still talking about commands and exclamations. Remember, exclamations are sentences that show strong feelings. It could be excitement, anger, any kind of strong feelings where you are showing those strong feelings in your reading. Okay, so let's think about this. All sentences begin with capital letters, but exclamations end with exclamation marks, okay? Those are strong feelings. They have exclamation marks. Okay, the other type of sentences this week are commands. Commands tell someone or something to do something. You're giving somebody something to do. You're telling them what to do. They begin with a capital letter, end with a period for the end mark, okay? So let's look. I've got 2 examples of exclamations on the board. Okay, look at the first one. I love your new car. Like you are so excited that somebody got a new car. Okay, I've got a capital letter and exclamation mark. The next one. That movie is so funny. Capital letter, exclamation mark, because I think this is the funniest movie I've ever watched. Okay? So now, these last 2 sentences are commands. I'm telling someone to do something. Put your clean laundry away. Okay, I'm telling somebody, put your stuff away. Okay, look at my last example. Stop fighting with your sister. I'm telling somebody to stop fighting. These are commands. They both start with capital letters, end with periods. Okay? What I want you to do now, on a sheet of paper, I want you to write 1 command and 1 exclamation and be ready to share that on our call. Okay, you come up with 1 command, 1 exclamation. Don't copy mine, but you can use them for a good idea or some, help. You're going to share your command, your exclamation very soon.